Good morning, everyone. I just wanted to come on and talk about some things that I was just meditating on and some downloads that just came through to me, and some messages that I received. So I went to church yesterday, to celebrate Easter basically. But I mean, I was doing it really just because my mom started going to this church and she asked if we wanted to go to the Easter egg hunt that our church was having, and I was like, yeah, sure, sounds awesome. And I took note of how really nobody even said hi to me, except for maybe a handful of people. And it was kind of like a forced hello. It wasn't like a flow, it didn't feel like a genuine. I didn't dress up for church like you would normally dress up for church. I wore my normal clothes. But that's because I don't believe that, we're supposed to worship somebody else. I don't believe that we're supposed to worship anything at all, technically, in particular. It's just supposed to be this loving vibration that we're supposed to have inside of us and emanate. And that's how we heal. That's our core, at our core essence, that's who we are. We are loving awareness. So it's like I went in there with loving awareness. I even centered myself and I did a whole ritual of protection before I walked in there, just because. And they brought up a great point, and I'm not saying that I was like Jesus, but I guess I could say I felt like him. And the church. I felt like him as I walked in there, and I felt like I was walking in his shoes again for the betterment of mankind, because I wasn't there to preach to anyone or tell them what I believe. I was just there to give them my vibration. And that's exactly what I did. And I actually think I gave many of them a lesson in the same. The ones that were actually paying attention, that really matter. So right after the service, there was a little bit of time before we had to do the Easter egg hunt. And anyways, throughout the whole service, I held this love, and I could almost feel like Christ was there with me. Like he was there and he embodied me with this glow that no one could touch me. I felt like no matter what weird look I got, no matter what, because I wore my flannel shirt to church and my handmade sweater, because those are sacred to me. Why wouldn't I? And I wore all my gemstones, and I held Satyaloka azeztualite and Nirvana, Himalayan Nirvana quartz in the other hand the entire service, because I wanted to embody that loving awareness. And I didn't want to judge. I just wanted to sit there and hold that space of love no matter what, in all ways that I could do it, I don't know. It's just, I've always felt this calling to be that light that people need, to be that helping hand that people need. There's something in helping other people that has always felt so right to me. When I questioned what is good and what is bad, I know that helping others is the right thing to do. And it's it just proves time and time again, but now I'm finally realizing my own worth and realizing that I can't just keep giving myself without taking something for myself, I have to replenish the energy that I give out. And so how do I do that? Connect with nature. I go right back to the source. I meditate. I envision the light flowing through me, because I am the light. And I imagine it surrounding me and protecting me from the negative energies around me, so that it just raises my vibration and does not lower it. Sorry. And other low vibrational beings around me, whether they be human or what, because there are other beings around us that we can't even see. Everything is energy, and there's a lot of beings that are around us, like ghosts and things like this, that do not have a physical body because they vibrate at a different vibration than we do. You understand? So they're in a different dimension, they're on a different frequency, whatever. It's almost like a radio channel, or a TV station. It's like you can change your frequency to see what you're watching, to see what you're hearing, and all you have to do is raise it up. So that's why I don't understand why people would want to stay in the lower vibrations, because it doesn't feel good. It doesn't feel good at all to vibrate low. It doesn't feel good to step on other people. It might feel good for a second. You might have an ego boost, but then after that, it's soon gone, and then you're left even emptier, just like your bank account when you go and buy what you think you want, but you don't really need, and here we are, And yeah, less is more. I'm starting to see that more and more and more. But anyways, I went into the church and I sat with loving awareness, even as people stared at me. And I just, when he prayed, I closed my eyes and I really became present. And I really tried to be there, and put that loving energy out there. And when he spoke, I added in my own head the words that he was missing, Luckily, they didn't mention anything about Satan or hell. They only mentioned rebirth and he talked about Jesus going back to the town so that he could heal Lazarus, or bring him back from the dead, rather, because at that point he had already died. And how he knew he was going to die. And his disciples were like, "You're crazy. Why would you go back there? They're going to kill you." And he did anyways. And they said, "Well, if you're going, then we're going to go too." And so I said to myself, holy shit, I feel like Jesus, because here I am, a pagan, a witch. What did the religion, not necessarily Christianity, but that whole, to me, it's like Christianity and Catholicism, like they're just very negative, like they're fear-based. More Catholicism than Christianity, but still in the same. They believe in hell. They believe that you can't have sex and all this. And I'm starting to actually learn through channeling Jesus that that's not actually what he believes. Like, he was married, he had children, and he isn't who they portray him to be. And he doesn't want people to follow him like a god. He wants people to see the godliness in all of us. And that was his message. And when he was reborn, when he came back from the dead, that was to show us that we are literally the creators of our reality, and that if we learn how to harness this awareness that we are, this consciousness, that we are able to manipulate everything and anything in our world. But there's something to be said about love and unity, because as you see, Jesus also embodied love and unity. So he was trying to embody everything that God was. And that's kind of like what I'm trying to do to help heal people. And that's just so crazy to connect all these dots, because like I said, I was raised very spiritual. I went to church maybe a couple of times, and it was just because I had homeschooling friends that were in church and I was interested, and they invited us to go. So we went as out of interest, but we only ever went a few times because we never felt 100% welcome. We never felt like it was what didn't feel true to us, because we don't want to live in fear. We could see how they steer you in the right direction, but then it's almost like at the same time they're steering you in the right direction, they're also steering you into fear. And that's the piece that we have to get rid of, because there is no hell. Hell is literally what you make it. And yes, if you continue to choose this lower vibration, which is the devil, if you want to get technical, if you want to choose lower vibration, if you want to choose Satan, or whatever you want to call it, or the devil, or the demons, whatever you want to call it, if you want to choose this negative, dark, shadow energy, because at the end, it's really just a shadow. It's really just a shadow. And it's just something that we have to shine light on. bring love to it. Flip the script, see it in a different view, see it from the proper perspective of love. Because everything that happens in this world, whether it seems bad or good, is all in the name of love. So I went in there knowing this, and I held a space of love for everyone. And I could see the pastor making eye contact with me as he spoke. A lot of people do this because I actually listen when they speak. So I like go to different things like meetings and stuff, and then it feels like the person's just talking to me because we're making eye contact with each other, and they're basically talking to me the whole time because they can see I'm actually listening, while other people are playing with their cell phones, playing with their dead skin on their hands, not even listening. And I'm like, even if it's just about like the weather, I'm like, yeah, I know, right? Eye contact, like 100%, like giving you my all attention. Like, because I'm here in the here and now, I'm not focused on whatever is going to happen or happened before, because, you know, it is what it is. You know, I can only control what I control. So I started to see that, like, any changes that I wanted to see, I had to change within myself first. And in doing that, I am able to change the world, because literally what happens is you change you, and you become an inspiration to other people to be changing too. So I'll shine if that means that my brothers and sisters will shine with me. If it means that I can help you to see something, I will shine as bright as I fucking can to help you. But I take the time for me too. Like right now, I'm getting ready to go into my 9-to-5 job. So, you know, I'm connecting to nature. I drink some water. I got my crystals in my hand. And then I said, you know what, let me just go and make a video real quick to tell them this message, you know? And then so we went to the whole shebang, right? And I could see the priest, how upset he was when he put it on the screen. Text me, Jesus, to this number. I'll take you out for coffee, da-da-da-da-da. And he's like looking at me right in the eyes. And I didn't flinch. I didn't go to pick up my phone, and I could feel his energy shift instantly. And only thing I kept thinking to myself is this guy making money to do this? Because he's getting upset about this like he profits off of it somehow, you know? It was weird. It was really odd, the feeling that I got. It wasn't a pure feeling, that's for sure, but I don't judge, so I just hold that loving space. I don't know exactly what his message was that he was that he was thinking of or what, but it was very mixed and confused, and I don't know. Like, I know a lot of people showed up yesterday, and I know that a lot of them were just there for the Easter egg hunt. I really was only there for the Easter egg hunt, but it meant more than that to me, because I'm usually so against going to church. So for me to step into a church, even in the name of my children having an Easter egg hunt, usually I'd say, fuck that. I'll just do my own Easter egg hunt. You know, I'll go get eggs and do my own thing. But I felt like my mom was inviting me to her church, and I wanted to go see what it was all about and the people that she's connecting to. And I could feel that positive vibration, but at the same time, there was something very negative there too. They're forgetting that piece of love, you know, and unity, and that we're all one, and that we are all God. We're all a piece of God. Like, you say we're God's children, then how are we not a piece of God? Like, if you're your mother's child, how are you not a piece of her? You know what I'm saying? So to say that is ridiculous. It's just the fear and not accepting people. Like, we're supposed to be accepting everyone, not just certain people or the people that believe what we believe. We're supposed to be seeing the oneness in everything. We're supposed to be seeing how it all connects. We're supposed to be connecting these dots and loving each other, not pushing each other away and creating more walls and barriers to fight through, you know? So fucked up, this world, man. But I mean, that's why we're here. We're here to change it, because like we were called to do this. We were called. We heard the calling and we came here. Otherwise, we wouldn't be here. This earth is not fun. You know, this learning process is not fun. It feels very much like birth. It feels very much like the uncomfortable birthing pains. And I just can't wait until we see this beautiful thing that we've created, this beautiful new earth that we're creating right now. You know, and that was the big message yesterday, was rebirth, you know, in their message. And it was just like, wow. And I'm the same age Jesus was when he died and then came back to life on the cross. It's kind of weird how I'm waking up, like really, really waking up the same year, you know. It feels very much connected and like purposeful, you know. I'm not saying that I'm Christ or anything like that. I'm just saying that I believe that we are all one. I believe that that's what his true message was, and I believe that that's the piece that people are missing in the church, is that we are all one and that we are all a piece of God, and that like we're supposed to be loving each other and embracing each other, not pushing each other away, creating boundaries through labels. Like, let's forget the labels. People ask me what my religion is, and I don't even say paganism anymore. I'm sick of that, because people connect that to negative shit. So I started saying spiritualist. I'm a spiritualist, because it kind of embodies all things and all religions, and that's technically what I am. I believe in the spirit, you know? So anyways, we went to the Easter egg hunt after after the service. Sorry, I just keep skipping around, but we had a little picnic because there was a little bit of time before the actual egg drop. And we went behind the church to sit on the grass, and I shit you not, hawk flew down above us and did a circle. I put my hands up in the air and I said, "Oh my God, Mom, look at the hawks." And I put my arms up in the air like I was like praising them. More showed up and they started circling around us. And the people from the church were staring. And I thought to myself, I hope I'm not embarrassing my mother. But then I let that thought go and I said, don't embarrass. Who am I living for? Who am I living for? And then I just smiled all the more, and I raised my hands even higher, and I just started to shout at the top of my lungs how much I loved them, and I was thanking them for their presence, being there with me, guiding me through the hard times. And and then we sat down and had lunch, and they were still just flying around. It was fucking beautiful. And then we went to the Easter egg hunt, and Isabel didn't get one egg. And I made a video about that if you want to, you know. But again, no grudges, no nothing. It showed me something great, another beautiful message from Jesus, you know, about how, like, we're not here for the material shit, and that's not what it's about. We're supposed to be here loving each other, you know, embracing the moment, spending time together, loving one another, doing what makes our soul sing. And Isabel honestly had no interest in any of that. She just wanted to play outside. That's all she wanted to do, was just connect to Mother Nature. She was laying on the ground, like, just like feeling the grass. And I was like, isn't that energy so freaking beautiful? You feel Mother Earth? And she's like, yeah, Mama, I feel Mother Earth. She's so beautiful. I said, I know, isn't she, honey? And my mom, I'm like, I had that thought in my head, like, I hope I'm not embarrassing my mother. And then I had to check myself again and go, well, who the fuck am I living for? Me or her? Or who or what? And if she's worried about what people think, then that's something she needs to heal herself. Stop worrying about it and be you. And so I kept hearing that message yesterday too. So that was kind of fun. And I kept being me. Despite the fact that people were staring at me and treating me kind of weird and not treating me so nice. And, you know, we still helped pick up all the eggs. Even though Isabel didn't get one egg, we still helped pick up the crushed eggs and all the trash. We still helped with a smile on our face, enjoying every single moment, because we were together and we knew what was important, including Isabel. Skylar had a little bit of a harder time, but she's getting there, you know? Unfortunately, I wasn't as awake when I had her, and I put her into the system. It kind of screwed with her a little bit. But we're getting there. This is her last year probably in school, and I'll be taking her out. Things will be changing. I can feel it. This eclipse is bringing so many revelations. So I hope you guys all are connecting with Source, meditating, eating that light-filled food, and drinking plenty of water to get all the downloads that you can get. Activate all that light. Have a great day, guys. Keep shining.